So here we are, Wednesday morning, the day before Thanksgiving of 2025. Cold, rainy, at least here in Michigan. Expecting sleet, maybe some of the white stuff coming down. Don't know. Not the brightest and cheeriest day, but we're going to focus on things to be thankful for after I talk about how my day started. I use a CPAP, and I woke up at 4:30 this morning when the power went out. And if you've never used a CPAP, it fits into or over your nose, and it's supposed to provide constant air pressure to help keep your airways open, help you breathe better, cut down on snoring, things like that, sleep apnea. But when the power goes off, it stops blowing air, but it basically is a closed system, so air stops flowing in. And it's easy enough to exhale, but that's the thing. You're sleeping and it's working fine, and then you exhale, and suddenly you can't inhale, or just barely. So you wake up feeling like something's trying to smother you. So that's a lovely thing to wake up to. And then, of course, power's out, lights are out, got to get ready for work, and, the joyous cell phone light. But it is what it is. You get up, you get going, you get to work. Work has power, lucky me. So busy working. Leave the rest of the family home to deal with hoping the power comes on and the house stays warm. Or they can bundle up and get out and go somewhere, I hope. Anyway, on to things to be thankful for. 2025. I don't have a list pre-made, but a couple of things come up. I have a little boy. I have two little boys. My 5-year-old was born with spina bifida and a number of other medical issues, and he had a tracheostomy, I believe it's called, where he had a trach tube placed right here to ensure a safe airway because he had some issues in his airway above that. Got that when he was about 3 months old, and he got it out back in April of 2025 when he was a couple weeks before he turned 5 years old. That is a blessing. That trach is a challenge to deal with. Things went pretty smooth for him. We had no trach-related emergencies in the time he had it. Some people do, but having that trach qualified him for, I think, Medicare nursing, paid for by Medicare is what I mean. Anyway, he needs to, when you have a trach, you're supposed to have eyes on you 24/7 to make sure that your airway is always clear and somebody's there to deal with it if it's not. Similar to me waking up this morning with the CPAP not working. If it clogs with some mucus or something, a toddler, an infant, they're not going to be able to fix that on their own. So they need an adult present, and you need to deal with it pretty quick. So we had nursing people in our home overnight for the first 3 years or so, who basically were paid to stay in his room and just monitor him. They provided other care since they were there. That was most of it. We just had a guest in our house every night to make sure that our son was breathing. While that was a blessing to have them, it comes with challenges. You can imagine just a house guest every night. You go to sleep knowing there's somebody in your house that's not your family, staying up, taking care of your child. But anyway, it went well, and he progressed, he improved, and was able to get the trach taken out. So the care involved in that is done now. 6 months later, just a few weeks ago, in October, I suppose, he had a little surgery to stitch the hole closed where the trach used to be because it didn't close on its own. But he's doing great. And that altogether is a huge blessing, something our whole family is very thankful for, that the trach is gone and the care related to it is gone. Plenty of other care needed, but that's a big chunk. Some of the medical equipment we used to have for him is gone. So we can travel with him easier. You can spend the night somewhere else. Much easier. Also, our 5-year-old started school this year. He's in a young fives class. And when a child is born with spina bifida or any special need, you wonder, what will their disabilities keep them from doing? What kind of delays will they have? What challenges will they face? And while he has quite a few challenges, mentally he's doing very well and was able to start school. My sister-in-law, my wife's sister, is his teacher. So he starts school with a teacher who knows him, knows his strengths and weaknesses very well. And that, again, is a big blessing. We're very thankful. He's doing great, keeping up with the other kids. It's encouraging him to get around. He's wheelchair bound. We've tried for a long time to motivate him to work hard to push himself around in his wheelchair. As he grows older, he's going to want independence, and he needs to work for it. Being with the other kids and wanting to keep up has helped. It's doing some good. And he's doing great in class. He has challenges there too, just like all the other kids that age. They've got things they need to learn and grow out of and rules to follow, but we're told he's doing great. Along those lines, our older son, 8 years old, is in 2nd grade, and he was in a Spanish immersion class for his first couple years of school. And while he loved learning Spanish, he struggled. He has some ADHD. He struggled to focus on what the teacher was telling him. He would get behind. When the teacher is giving instructions in a Spanish immersion class, those instructions are in Spanish, and the conversations are in Spanish. And if he missed part of it, he missed a lot. And then when it was time to do an assignment, he didn't know what to do, and then he would fidget and become a distraction to his fellow students. He was struggling enough, despite his love of Spanish, that around Christmas, the 2nd semester last year, right around New Year's of 2025, we decided the right choice for him would be to pull him out of the Spanish immersion program and put him in a mainstream English program. He hated getting moved. He was very sad. Those other kids had been his classmates for the first couple years of school, but it seemed like the second part of the year he improved. He did better in school because he understood everything that was said to him. We recently had conferences, and we're told he's doing wonderful this year. The same thing. He understands what's being instructed. He understands what he's supposed to do. He's more inclined to do it because he knows, and he can still struggle with being a little hyper, a little hard to sit down and focus, but just that he knows what he's supposed to be doing has helped. So that has been a blessing. Both boys in school, doing well. We're having a good year with school. My wife is working multiple jobs. She's a custodian at our church. She hosts a video auction for a local company on the app called Whatnot. She does that at least once a week, and she loves doing that. Prior to having our children, she was a sign language interpreter in a school and has a love of sign language, and she misses that. And so she's had the opportunity to start teaching a couple of sign language classes each week for a homeschool co-op in our area. She's very happy to be doing that. She loves to share her love of sign language with other people. Right now at our home, we have a big remodeling project going on that is based around our younger son and his need to be in a wheelchair. We are doing a big remodeling project where we're removing one bedroom in our hallway and splitting that former space between the other bedroom that the boys will share and using the rest of the space to enlarge the bathroom to make that wheelchair accessible. We're going to have a bathroom sink that's wheelchair accessible. He can get his legs in underneath it so he can get to the sink properly to wash his hands. We're going to have grab bars by the toilet so he can learn to transfer out of his chair and onto the toilet. We're going to have a big shower stall that he can roll his wheelchair directly into, and then grab bars transfer onto a bench and roll his wheelchair back out. Things like that. Lots of space for him to be able to turn around. Some cabinets for storing some of his medical needs, bathroom needs, things like that. And enlarging the doorway to the bedroom as well so he can get in and out of there better than he used to. So we're in the midst of that right now, and while the house is a big mess, I'm incredibly thankful for the help we've been getting to do that. My parents have helped fund it. I'll get to talking more about them in a minute. And we've had some other help. Some friends have done a couple of fundraising things for us. My father-in-law and my wife's great uncle doing a lot of the work around the house. I've done what I can. I know more about taking things apart than I do about rebuilding, so I help with the things that I know how to do, and I lend a hand where they tell me, hey, can you come help with this? While also working day jobs. Back to my parents, they both turned 80 years old this fall, and I'm thankful, one, just to have them. Thankful they're still alive and part of our lives, part of my boys' lives. And they've seen a lot of needs for my family with our younger son, his medical needs. And they have said, when we die, you'll inherit some stuff, or we can help you now when you need it. And it makes more sense to help you out financially now than it does to make you wait until we die so that you can have the money to do things that would benefit your son now. I am so thankful. I don't want to tear up about it, but I don't know how we could do it without them. And their kindness and love for us and for my son is amazing. My in-laws live very close to us, And right now we're staying at their house while the work is being done at ours. They are incredible as well. Like I said, my father-in-law is doing a lot of the work on our house and giving us a place to stay while the work is being done. I know it's an inconvenience for us to be living in their basement. Inconvenience to them, maybe to us, but I wouldn't worry about that. But we're so thankful for family. We're thankful for friends who, like I said, some have done fundraisers, some have donated. Amazing. And then our local church that we're part of, they have helped us out in so many ways. Sometimes financial, sometimes meals when our son has been off to the hospital and had a surgery, and we come home from that, and a couple people have brought meals just so we have a couple days where we don't have to worry about that. We are incredibly blessed. And 2025 has just been another year of being reminded how blessed we are. I have a job. My wife has several jobs. We have 2 wonderful little boys who are growing up and just impressing us every day with how smart they are. And I can't wait to see what they become. But boy, I hate to see them growing up yet. I love them being little. And while I barely mention this, I am incredibly blessed to have my wife, Katie. I couldn't do any of this stuff without her. I'd maybe have a job. But yeah, she makes all of these things possible. Having her in my life has provided her family and what used to be her church, now our church. We live in this community we live in because we moved closer to her family. The work she does with our boys, keeping our family in order, is amazing, and I can't imagine trying to do it without her. So that's my list of things that just came to mind to talk about. I am so thankful for everything this year. I hope that you have a list of things even longer. I really do. I live in America. It's an amazing country. We have our problems, we have our issues, and we still have so much to be thankful for. I hope that you will focus on the things to be thankful for, not just tomorrow, not just through this holiday weekend, but every day of the year. Wake up and be thankful. Problems will happen, disagreements will happen, and we're still blessed. With that, I'm going to call it a day here on this video, and I look forward to making another one soon. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. Be safe, be well, love your friends, love your family. Let them know you're thankful. Bye.